You think about management. Most of us imagine modern offices, industry, and business leaders. But did you know that the roots of management in India go back thousands of years, long before the rise of modern industry? In this video, we'll explore how the concept of management was deeply embedded in Indian civilization, shaping the way people planned, coordinated, and led their community. Let's begin our journey into the early Indian foundations of organized thought and administrative behavior. Many people believe that management as a concept started with the advent of modern industry. However, in India, the principles of management have existed for centuries, woven into the very fabric of society. Indian civilization practiced planning, coordination, leadership, governance, and strategic thinking long before these ideas were formally named or studied. This rich tradition shows us that organized thought and administrative behavior are not new to India, they are part of its ancient India. People practiced the core principles of management, planning, coordination, leadership, governance, and strategic thinking without ever calling it management. These principles were naturally integrated into daily life, guiding how communities organized themselves, made decisions, and solved problems. This organic approach to management helped Indian society thrive and adapt over the centuries, even without formal terminology. Ancient Indian Knowledge System, or IKS, is a treasure trove of structured administrative principles. These principles are not just found in one area, they are embedded in literature, educational methods, political philosophy, and community organization. By studying IKS, we can see how ancient Indians approached management in a holistic way, ensuring that every aspect of life was guided by thoughtful planning and coordination. Ancient Indian literature is filled with examples of management principles in action. From epic stories to philosophical texts, we find detailed discussions about leadership, resource allocation, and community organization. These writings not only entertained and educated people, but also served as guides for effective governance and harmonious living. Literature became a powerful tool for passing down management wisdom through generations. Education in ancient India was more than just learning facts. It was about developing character, discipline, and leadership skills. The Gurukul system, for example, emphasized living in a disciplined environment, respecting teachers, and acquiring knowledge through close community interaction. These educational methods laid the foundation for sustainable development and effective management, teaching students the importance of planning, cooperation, and ethical behavior. Ethical philosophy in ancient India was deeply connected to management. Thinkers and leaders developed sophisticated systems for governance, emphasizing fairness, justice, and strategic decision-making. These philosophies were not just theoretical, they were put into practice in kingdoms and communities, shaping the way resources were distributed and conflicts were resolved. The legacy of these ideas can still be seen in modern governance structure. Community organization was a cornerstone of ancient Indian society. Villages and towns were structured to promote cooperation, resource sharing, and mutual support. Leaders emerged naturally, guiding their communities with wisdom and fairness. This approach ensured that everyone's needs were met and the harmony was maintained, even in times of change or challenge. Early Vedic society, management emerged as a natural response to the needs of the community, maintaining harmony among social groups, distributing resources fairly, educating the young, regulating trade, and preserving cultural values were all seen as essential tasks. These responsibilities required careful planning and coordination, laying the groundwork for organized administrative behavior. Maintaining harmony among different social groups was a key goal in ancient India. Leaders and elders worked to resolve conflicts, encourage cooperation, and ensure that everyone felt included. This focus on harmony helped communities stay strong and resilient, even as they faced new challenges or changes in their environment. Distributing resources fairly was another important aspect of management in ancient India. Leaders made sure that food, water, and other essentials were shared according to need, preventing shortages and promoting social stability. This careful management of resources helped communities survive and thrive, even in difficult times. Educating the younger generation was a top priority in ancient Indian society. Through systems like the Gurukul, children learned not only academic knowledge, but also values, discipline, and social responsibility. This holistic approach to education ensured that future leaders were well prepared to manage their communities effectively. Trade was an essential part of life in ancient India, and managing it required careful regulation. Leaders set rules for fair exchange, monitored markets, and resolved disputes between traders. This helped promote trust and stability, allowing commerce to flourish and communities to prosper. Preserving cultural values was seen as a vital part of management in ancient India. Elders and teachers passed down tradition, stories, and rituals, ensuring that each generation understood and respected their heritage. This helped maintain a strong sense of identity and unity within the community. Gurukul system was a unique educational model in ancient India. Students lived with their teachers, learning not just academic subjects, but also life skills, discipline, and respect for others. This immersive environment fostered strong bonds and a deep sense of community, preparing students to become responsible and capable leaders. Disciplined living was at the heart of the Gurukul system. Students followed strict routines, practiced self-control, and learned the value of hard work. These habits helped them develop the focus and determination needed to succeed in all areas of life, including management and leadership. Respect for teachers, elders, and peers was a core value in ancient Indian education. By fostering respectful relationships, the Gurukul system created a supportive environment where students could learn and grow together. This emphasis on respect helped build trust and cooperation, essential qualities for effective management. Acquiring knowledge was seen as a lifelong journey in ancient India. Students were encouraged to ask questions, seek understanding, and apply what they learned to real-life situations. This approach to learning helped develop critical thinking and problem-solving skills, which are vital for successful management. Interaction with the community was an important part of the Gurukul experience. Students participated in group activities, helped with daily chores, and learned the value of teamwork. These experiences taught them how to work effectively with others, a key skill for any manager or leader. Principles taught in the Gurukul system were designed to promote sustainable development. By focusing on discipline, respect, knowledge, and community, students learned how to create lasting positive change. These values continue to inspire modern approaches to management and leadership. Teachers in the Gurukul system played a dual role. They were both educators and managers. They organized daily schedules, resolved conflicts, and ensured that each student received the guidance they needed. This hands-on approach to management helped create a nurturing and effective learning environment. Ancient Indian society developed structured administrative principles that guided everything from education to governance. These principles emphasized order, fairness, and accountability, ensuring that communities function smoothly and efficiently. By studying these ancient systems, we can learn valuable lessons for modern management. Ancient texts like the Vedas, Upanishads, and epics such as the Mahabharata and Ramayana served as guides for management and leadership. These works offered practical advice on decision-making, conflict resolution, and ethical behavior, helping leaders navigate complex challenges with wisdom and integrity. Innovation in educational methods was a hallmark of ancient Indian society. Teachers used story, debates, and hands-on activities to engage students and encourage creative thinking. This dynamic approach to education helped students develop the adaptability and problem-solving skills needed for effective management. Political philosophy in ancient India was not just theoretical, it was put into practice by rulers and administrators. They developed systems for collecting taxes, managing resources, and maintaining law and order. These practical applications of political thought helped create stable and prosperous society. Different models of community organization were developed to suit the needs of various regions and cultures in ancient India. Some communities were led by councils of elders, while others had hereditary leaders or elected representatives. This diversity of models allowed for flexibility and adaptability in management. Strategic thinking was highly valued in ancient Indian society. Leaders were trained to anticipate challenges, plan for the future, and make decisions that balance short-term needs with long-term goals. This forward-thinking approach helped communities remain resilient and successful over time. Leadership in ancient India was based on qualities like wisdom, compassion, and integrity. Leaders were expected to serve their communities selflessly, putting the needs of others above their own. This approach to leadership created trust and loyalty, essential for effective management. Governance structures in ancient India were designed to promote fairness and accountability. Systems of checks and balances ensured that power was not abused and that leaders remained answerable to their community. These structures helped maintain stability and order, even in complex society. Elders played a crucial role in ancient Indian communities. They offered guidance, resolved disputes, and ensured that traditions were upheld. Their experience and wisdom made them natural managers, helping to maintain harmony and continuity across generations. Resolving conflicts was an important part of management in ancient India. Leaders and elders used negotiation, mediation, and consensus building to address disagreements and maintain peace. These conflict resolution skills are still relevant in today's workplaces and community. Consensus building was a key strategy for decision-making in ancient Indian society. Rather than imposing decisions from above, leaders sought input from all members of the community, ensuring that everyone's voice was heard. This inclusive approach fostered unity and cooperation. Ethics played a central role in ancient Indian management. Leaders were expected to act with honesty, fairness, and compassion, setting an example for others to follow. This ethical foundation helped build trust and stability within community. Women played important roles in management and leadership in ancient India. They contributed to decision-making, resource management, and the preservation of cultural values. Their participation enriched community life and helped ensure balanced and inclusive governance. Trade and commerce were vital aspects of ancient Indian society. Managing these activities required careful planning, negotiation, and record keeping. Merchants and traders developed sophisticated systems for tracking goods, setting prices, and resolving disputes, laying the groundwork for modern business practices. Record keeping was an essential part of management in ancient India. Detailed accounts of transactions, resources, and events were maintained to ensure transparency and accountability. This practice helped leaders make informed decisions and maintain trust within the community. Managing resources efficiently was a key challenge in ancient India. Leaders developed systems for allocating land, water, and other essentials, ensuring that everyone's needs were met. These resource management strategies helped community remain resilient and prosperous. Organizing cultural festivals required careful planning and coordination. Community members worked together to prepare for celebration, allocate resources, and ensure that traditions were honored. These events strengthened social bonds and reinforced shared values. Adaptability was a hallmark of ancient Indian management. Communities learned to adjust their strategy in response to changing circumstances, such as natural disasters or shifts in leadership. This flexibility helped them survive and thrive over the century. The legacy of ancient Indian management continues to influence modern practices. Principles like planning, coordination, ethical leadership, and community involvement remain relevant today. By studying these ancient systems, we can gain valuable insights for building better organizations and society. Many of the management principles developed in ancient India are still relevant in today's world. Concepts like teamwork, ethical leadership, and strategic planning are essential for success in any organization. By embracing these timeless values, we can create more effective and harmonious workplaces. Studying the history of management in India helps us appreciate the depth and richness of its tradition. By learning from the past, we can apply ancient wisdom to modern challenges, finding new ways to lead, organize, and inspire others. Sum up, the early Indian foundations of organized thought and administrative behavior were built on principles like planning, coordination, leadership, governance, and strategic thinking. These ideas were practiced in every aspect of life, from education to trade, and continue to shape our understanding of management today. The tradition of management in India is alive and well. Modern leaders draw inspiration from ancient practices, adapting them to meet the needs of today's world. By honoring our heritage, we can build a brighter future for generations to come. In conclusion, the early Indian foundations of organized thought and administrative behavior offer timeless lessons for modern management. By understanding and applying these ancient principles, we can create more effective, ethical, and harmonious organizations. Let's continue to learn from the past and use this wisdom to shape a better future.